Hello, I'm Frida. I am cooking today with my sister, and we have decided on muffin tin size mini pot pies topped with mashed potatoes. The recipe asks for beef, but I'm making mine with chicken because one of my kids doesn't like beef. And it asks for pie dough, Pillsbury pie dough, but I'm going to use wonton wrappers for more health conscious, less fat. And it asks for broth and flour, so this is my response to that. Cream of celery. And it asks for these vegetables, but I'm going to run them in the food processor because my kids don't want to find these pieces in their pot pie. And it asks for onion, and I'm going to run the onion in the food processor to make it extra fine so nobody finds a piece of onion in their pot pie. And I'm going to mash my own potatoes also. So right now I'm going to make the mashed potatoes for the topping. All right, cooking some potatoes. I am using red skin potatoes for the mashed potatoes because they make a better texture of mashed potato. I don't use russet potatoes because I consider those baking potatoes and frying potatoes, but these have more, I don't know how to describe it. They have more, less starch, and they're a little bit more, slightly more juicy than the other one, I think. The other one has more starch, the russet one, for the one that's why it's considered the frying potato by the restaurant industry too, because the starch helps it crisp more. And these are better for mashing because they won't get as mushy when you boil them. The water, they don't start disintegrating into the water as fast. So these are just a couple of little ones I'm saving for something, I don't know what. But this is about the size of potato that one person should have. One that fits in the hand. It's about 3 ounces. Most potatoes would feed 4 people or more, depending on their size. But I've done some research on what is a serving, and this is about a 3-ounce serving of potato, and that's 1 serving. So with the skin, this has almost twice as much potassium as a banana, and that's why I love a small potato, because it has twice as much potassium as a banana. And of course, mashing them, when you peel them to mash them, they lose a lot of their potassium and protein and things. But anyway, for this recipe, we're going to do this. So right now, I'm boiling the potatoes for the topping. So I'm just gonna put you guys on pause while I wait for the potatoes to get boiled. All right, time to check the potatoes. They're not done yet. They're still raw in the middle. Keep them cooking. All right, let's peek at the potatoes. Oh yeah, they're ready now. Ready to mash, ready to mash. And all the liquid is pretty much gone. So perfect. Perfect. The recipe said to use store-bought mashed potatoes, but you know me, I never do that. It's so easy to make mashed potatoes, and they taste so much better when you make them yourself. So after I give them a beating, I'll add a little milk, lactose-free milk, because I have a child who's lactose intolerant. Perfect. Since mashed potatoes, like plantains, become a little lumpy if they sit, I'm going to make sure they're a little bit, just slightly more, just slightly wetter than I want them to be. Slightly. Perfect. Now I'm going to add a little of this, eyeballing it, 2 tablespoons. Perfecto. Now, I have some chicken. I'm using chicken. Like I said, my one son does not like beef. I'm gonna go cut this up. Alrighty. I have some onions I chopped in the food processor, and I'm going to brown them a little because my kids, my family, does not like to taste raw or half-cooked onions. So I'm going to brown them before I add the meat, chicken. Make sure they're really well done. Because if they're well done, then they'll all enjoy it. So I'm going to simmer the onions. While the onions simmer, I'm going to put the vegetables in the food processor. I'm going to go post them a few times. I'm going to spare you that noise. Okay, My onions are caramelized. So I'm going to add the chopped chicken. I chopped it smaller than just shredding it because I want the bites to be little. My sister's making the same thing, but she's using beef and she's following the recipe. I'm the one tweaking it, trying to tweak it according to my family's taste. Okay, this doesn't have to cook long because the chicken is already cooked. Now I'm going to add these frozen vegetables because I want all the filling to be warm when I stick it in the oven. I'm putting the garlic in at close to the end because I don't like overcooked garlic. It went in with these vegetables. Okay, I'm going to turn that off because it doesn't need to be that hot now. Now, I'm going to put this cream of celery. Instead of putting broth and flour, I'm just going to put this in because it's already broth and flour mixed together with some celery. Now, it's all ready to go into the little wonton shells. So I'll go get them ready now. So I'm going to spray the muffin tin with Dollar Tree coconut cooking spray. And I use this all the time. It does not put any odd flavors into your food. But if you inhale it, it might make you cough. Okay. I think I better toss these. They're left over from New Year's Eve. Yeah. So, yeah, these are going to fill the little cups. I'm going to go through and fill each one, and then I'm going to top them with mashed potatoes. Okay, I'm filling them out roughly 2 tablespoons per cup. I'm putting a big fluffy helping of mashed potatoes on top of each cup. So pause while I'm doing that. Anyway, so this is how the smaller ones look. These are a smaller package of chicken pot pie topped with potatoes. Yeah, so I think that will be good. I like wonton wrappers anyway. They get crispy. And the reason why I'm not using pie crust is 2 reasons. 1, they are high in fat. And 2, the type of fat it comes from pork. It's lard. Every single pre-made pie crust I checked at the store was made with lard. So I can't use them anyway for 2 reasons. 1, their fat content, and the second, the fat they have in it is from pork. So we're doing it with wonton wrappers. Can't wait to serve those to my children with mashed potatoes in the top. All done. Whoa. Okay, here are the bigger ones. So, 3 kids are eating it, and 1 is not. Tell them what you think.
I think that they're super duper good. Cause I love mashed potatoes, I love vegetables, I love that kind of bread, and I love it so much.
Thank you, Zakia.